Welcome back to another video in Vedic Astrology. You all know that Vedic Astrology in India started somewhere 5,000 or perhaps even 6,000 years ago. Sometimes we often get this doubt whether astrology is still relevant, considering the fact that lots of things have changed, especially during the last 200 years. The truth is that astrology can never be outdated. In order to keep astrology updated, we all need to do a lot of research, collect horoscopes of various types, and then group them all together based on a particular category, and then start doing the research, and you will find that there is always a common pattern between similar situations. There's no doubt about that, and if you see my blogs, what I write on WordPress.com, in the comment section you will see that a lot of people have accepted that astrology continues to work. But is there a way to clearly understand the role of the planets in modern times? For that, you should first understand the key message or the key point in every planet. For example, if you were to study career versus a planet, for example Saturn, how is it that we are going to say which is the line that is best suited for a person who has Saturn as the most dominating planet concerning profession, income and gains, which are connected to the 10th house, the 2nd house and the 11th house respectively. For this, first you have to understand what is Saturn. Saturn is the farthest planet from the Sun. Sun is the center point, and Saturn is on the other end. So anything that is foreign is related to Saturn. Anything that will be expelled, anything that will be removed from us. For example, hair and the nail will get removed, and these are connected to Saturn. And Saturn is very slow, so everything or anything that takes a long time to form obviously belongs to Saturn. Stones take a long time to form, petroleum takes a long time to form, and these are all products that are associated with Saturn. And Saturn is associated with the color black. So therefore, all the pure black products in the world, any profession that is connected to these colors, very strongly black, then surely it is Saturn's job or Saturn related profession. So that makes granite, quarries and all that connected to Saturn. Iron ore, iron is related strongly to Saturn. And any ore that is hidden underneath the earth and which you need to do a lot of processing before you can get to that, all these ores are belonging to Saturn, except of course the gold. Gold mines are not related to Saturn, they are related to the Sun. Saturn is a very cold planet, and therefore all things related to cold is related to Saturn. Ice cream, ice or ice factory. Preservation is normally associated with ice, and you want to store something for a very long time, then that is also, you need ice for that. Death is connected to Saturn because once the death happens, the body becomes cold, and opposite of that is heat, especially in relation to the warm-blooded animals, including man, where you find the heat is the sign of life. And that's the reason why the Sun is the sign of life. And Saturn is just the opposite. It tries to take away the energy of the Sun. So you have diseases, hospitals, all this associated with Saturn. If a person has become a doctor and you find that the Saturn in his horoscope is very strong, then it can be actually working in a hospital. And in case of specialization, if you want to know what the person can do very well in, then it can be related to it may be related to orthopedics, bone and joint, or it may be related to maybe piles and fistula, because the excretory system is ruled by Saturn. Some of the people who are already into medicine and have a strong Saturn, they might be into dentistry. So in a nutshell, we can say that anything that is preserved for a very long time, takes very long time to form. For example, teak wood or any wood related activities, wood factory, plantation, teak farms, all these things, any type of farmlands that has got a lot of trees in it. All these are related to Saturn because it takes a long time for the trees to actually yield the wood. Saturn rules large spaces, and therefore he also rules the large vehicles. So therefore the shipping industry comes under Saturn, and the aeroplane, which is a very large vehicle, also comes under Saturn. Especially the aeroplane comes under Saturn because Saturn is the ruler of the wind or the air in our life. So if Saturn is in the 7th house, then the person will have a lot of vata diseases, gastric diseases, and pain due to the air humor or the wind humor inside the body. If Saturn is very strong, then the person can deal with hair. And I know a person who has a very strong Saturn and has become a millionaire by selling hair. Saturn is also related to foul smelling places, molasses. The actual process of converting the molasses into the wines and all the liquor products, all that is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn also rules the masses, and therefore today's politicians who are elected by the mass must have a very strong Saturn in their horoscope pertaining to the 10th house, the 2nd house or the 11th house. There are many rules for finding whether a planet is the most dominant planet whenever it is related to the profession or the career. It is not a simple one single line rule. There are many rules, more than 20-25 rules to follow, and if you do all those checkpoints, you will be in a position to find out if Saturn is the most dominant planet in your horoscope. But if it is, then insurance is also very good because insurance has the topic of death and also the topic of catastrophe. All these are related to Saturn. Saturn rules diseases, and it favors very well hospitals more than doctors. So the entire hospital management, all of them, every single person working in a hospital will have a strong Saturn associated with in their horoscope. Since Saturn is the ruler of the death and death related things, leather is also a product that is related to Saturn. All biological products that are now dead or it is after the death it is being used, then those products are all related to Saturn. The fish, the foul smelling poultry, all these places are ruled by Saturn. So the keywords are cold, then takes a long time to form, preservation, death, products that are excreted or pushed out, therefore foreign. All these things are related to Saturn. In the same way, if you analyze all other planets, you will be able to surely find out which is the best profession for a particular person. But the question now arises that if one single planet rules so many lines, which is the line that we should advise for a person? Now here is the answer for that. After finding which is the strongest planet influencing the career, you must also recommend all the lines. You must recommend all the lines, and the person should choose one of them based on his or her passion. So when passion combines with the karma or fate, then that particular line will obviously be 100% the best line for the person. So this is the approach that I have been using for over 25 years and found it working all the time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and in case you have any doubts regarding this, please ask them in the comment section, and whenever I find the time I'll answer them for you. Thank you so much for watching this video.